Hey guys, welcome back to the Bonfire Podcast. So excited you're here. Tonight we got an Ask Me Anything episode answering some of the questions that you guys sent in. So it's going to be a fun one and we'll see you inside. All right, well, welcome back, y'all. Tonight is going to be a fun episode. We got a solo episode happening. Brooks is going to come out in a little bit. We'll sing some songs, but this one is just an Ask Me Anything. I got some questions sent in, and we're going to answer them together. So we'll get right into it tonight. First question is from Sarah, and it is, what is one thing you feel the Lord has taught you from this podcast? That is a good question. For me, I think I've told these guys this before, but like this podcast, for some reason, it just has brought me a lot more fulfillment and joy than music ever has. And I think that's mainly because the music that I was writing was always for other people. And it was always to kind of what sounded like a hit song. I look back, like I wrote a song called Taylor Swift, and like, if I told myself today at 23 that I'd write a song called Taylor Swift, I'd think I was, stupid. Like I would never write a song called Taylor Swift right now in my life. Even though I love Taylor Swift's great and the song's great, but like right now where I'm at with my life, I think that like I've kind of hit a maturity with it when it comes to songwriting. And I say all that to say, this podcast more than anything has just been, it was really put on my heart back in October with the whole Bonfire thing, and then when January hit, it really just kind of started taking action. And just through it all, I hear like so many different stories of the people that sit in that chair, and I hear their testimony, and not only am I learning from them, but I'm also in a way teaching myself so that I can pour out into others. And so this podcast has really taught me that how to serve and also be served through others. So it's been really cool. When I was thinking of this question, I was brought to this verse, Galatians 1:10, and it says, "For am I now seeking the approval of man or of God? Or am I trying to please man? If I were still trying to please man, I would not be a servant of Christ." My pastor back at home, he was preaching on this verse, and he said, comparison is a lose-lose. It leads to wanting more or pride over others. And I think when it came to music, a lot of my career was based off comparison. It was based off trying to find the next TikTok hit, seeing what's working on TikTok, what kind of songs are people writing on TikTok, so that I can be that next guy up on the plate, right? With this podcast, I went into it with no intentions. I had I just went for it. I had goals, but I never thought anything of it. I was just going to do it, and if I loved to do it, I was going to keep on doing it, and if I hated it, I was going to stop. And to this day, I still love doing it, and it's brought me so much peace. So hope that answers your question. Next question is from Michaela, and it is, how did you start your music career? I want to start mine, but don't know. Honestly, man, Brooks should be on this question too. But I think a lot of us, starting a music career is hard. It's very hard, and I wouldn't say I even have a career. I don't know if I do or not, but I just write songs and I put them out, and if people listen to it, then it is what it is. I think first and foremost, I think you just gotta start writing songs. You just gotta speak the truth. You gotta write as many as possible. These guys will tell you. Nick is one of our producers here on the show. He's written dozens of scripts, and he'll tell you that like to become a better script writer, you have to write scripts. You have to keep on writing scripts. Brooks will tell you the same things when it comes to songs. To write better songs, you have to start writing songs. It's in anything you do. When you train a muscle, you have to keep on training it for it to get stronger. And so my encouragement to you would be just start writing songs and start speaking the truth. I look at like Taylor Swift. I just feel like she's a good example for this. But like when Taylor Swift came into the scene, people really liked her because she was speaking the truth. She was speaking about what she was going through in high school, and people could see that. People could see that like there was just this 16-year-old girl just talking about her life, talking about her breakups, talking about being 15, like all that stuff. And so integrating that into music is what you need to do. So just keep on doing that, and you'll continue to get good at it. So yeah, just go for it. Third question is from Emily, and it is, what is one thing that you would change that has happened in your life? I saw this question today and was thinking about it quite a bit. I think the typical answer would probably be, I wish, things didn't happen to my mom, which, that'd be the typical answer. But really, I look back on life and I really don't have any regrets. I think everything has happened how it has happened, and I've trusted that. And it's hard to trust that at times, especially when it's, you lose one of the most important people in your life. But I think of Romans 8:28, and I wrote it down. It says, and we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. Even when we don't see it or feel it, the Lord is working. And like I said, it's easier said than done. These guys will tell you the same thing. Life is tough. And but I think just reassuring yourself that there's nothing that the enemy can do, no evil that can be done that the Lord cannot use for good. And so I look at like things that happened with my family and with my mom. And even though it was, it's terrible, it's like one of the worst things that's ever happened to me, there's so many beautiful things that have come out of it. So many blessings that have come out of it. And that's a story for another time. I could get into all that, but the Lord really does use those things for good, even when we don't see it. He's working. And so I don't wish I could change anything. I'm accepted with the fact that everything happens for a reason. And I don't think you should hold on to the past a lot. You have to keep living. And Matthew McConaughey says, just keep living, keep living. So I hope that answers your question. I wouldn't change a thing, to be quite honest with you. Favorite verse for inspiration during major life changes. This question is from Emma. When I first moved to Nashville, it was very, very tough. It was one of the toughest parts of my life. I had just graduated from college this past summer. I moved to Nashville in August. And college was the best 4 years of my life that I had ever experienced. I met the most amazing people. Still to this day are my best friends. I was active. I was in so many IM leagues. There wasn't a night that I wasn't playing baseball or football or kickball. I was involved with so many different organizations. It was just amazing. I lived like 2 minutes from all my best friends. So you go from that, and then you go to living in this brand new state. You don't really know anybody. You live by yourself in this apartment. I had a roommate who ended up having to move out. So there was a good 3 or 4 months where I lived alone. And so you go from this highest of highs to this really low in life. And I work from home, and it was very, very tough to transition from that. I had my first anxiety attack, actually, my first week in Nashville. I had never dealt with any depression or anxiety or any of that stuff. I had friends that have gone through that, and I never realized kind of the extent of that until I actually experienced it for the first time. But I remember driving. Actually, my dad and my brother were with me at the time, and I remember driving on the highway in Nashville, and I just kind of like had this, it was a panic attack, and I just was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm in this brand new state. I'm chasing this dream that I don't know if it's going to work out or not. Like, what the heck has my life come to? And I just remember it was almost like my brain was just screaming. And that was the first time I kind of like had this like sort of anxiety attack. It's tough, man. Nobody prepares you for life after college. Nobody prepares you for, big time changes, big time seasons of life. Nobody prepares you for the death of a parent, So constantly reminding yourself that there's somebody watching over you has been something very, very beneficial for me. Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. you have to preach that. So you have to preach that verse to yourself every day. It's not like, it's not just something you say, you put on your wall or you put on a coffee mug and it's just there. You have to continually preach that to yourself every day. You have to literally preach yourself the gospel every day. We talk a lot on camera and off camera about addiction and what that looks like. And the truth of it is it's not just a one day it's gone thing. It is an everyday journey that you will live for the rest of your life. And you have to every day choose to take up your cross, and you have to trust that the Lord's plans are good, that he knows the plans for you and they're plans for good. And so I had to remind myself of that every day. I had to surround myself with good community. I needed to surround myself with community that was going to tell me that every day. And I think that's the main thing of it. You have to surround yourself with good people. You have to preach that to yourself every day. It's not a promise of immediate rescue from hardship and suffering that the Lord promises us. He promises that he will be with us through it all. And so that those first 3 months of Nashville, yes, they were tough, but they were a constant reminder that the Lord was there with me, that he was doing something here. And I look now, I mean, we're, I think, 8 months into Nashville, and I'm doing this podcast with two guys that are absolutely amazing. I found Nick on Indeed. On Indeed. Never in a million years would I be on Indeed.com. I don't even have a LinkedIn. Like, what? I met Brooks. I met Brooks through a mutual friend. And now we all three do this podcast together. And it is one of the most fulfilling things of my week, if not the most fulfilling thing of my week. And so I think that's an example that, like, yeah, those 3 months were tough, but the Lord was using that. The Lord was reminding me that he's got plans for me. And sometimes it takes those valleys to realize that you're on a hill. So that's my encouragement for you. Just constantly surround yourself with good community that'll preach that to you, and also preach that to yourself, that Jeremiah 29:11, that the Lord is good and he knows the plans for you. Last question of the night is Cammie, and this one's a little emotional, I would say. How to walk out from grieving. That is a question from Cammie. How to walk out from grieving. How do you walk out from grieving? I don't really have a direct answer for this, but I'm going to share what I have experienced this far. Brooks has a really cool... See, this is why we need us on camera together, because I just keep referring to you guys. Brooks has this really cool music project that he's doing. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. Am I allowed to say it? Brooks is putting together kind of these 5 stages of grief kind of music project, and he's already released the first stage. You can go check it out on his Spotify and stuff. But there are stages to grief, and they come and go, and nobody teaches you how to deal with it. That's the truth. Nobody teaches you how to deal with grief. There are, like, therapy, and there's different counseling that can help you through it, but you don't really learn it until you've gone through it. And so I'm going to share this story with my mom, and I'm going to try to hold it together, because I was talking about it with my dad at lunch yesterday and I freaking lost it. But how to walk out from grieving. At my mom's service, it was really weird, because it was a beautiful service and everything was good, but it was really weird because I remember just standing, like, near my mom's casket and, like, in the front of the church, just greeting everybody, and I wasn't even thinking about my mom. I wasn't even thinking that, like, we're here for this. I don't know how to explain it, but that wasn't the first thought on my mind. What kept going through my mind is that, like, I kept watching all of these friends that I have met along my life, and they just kept pouring in. And I just kept watching, just all these buddies that I had made in college and stuff like that, and they just kept pouring in, and it was just this reassurance that God was just, he kept on sending people. He was it was God was saying I'm gonna keep on helping you through this. I'm gonna keep on sending people for you. And I just remember watching that, and that was the only thing that was on my mind. It was that the Lord is so good that he knew that I would need these people during this time of my life. And so he allowed me to accumulate all these friendships in college and throughout my life. And so that when I was standing at that casket in front of the church, he would just keep sending them. And I remember my best friend, Matt, he finally came. He was one of the last friends to come. And I remember him coming up, and I remember him just giving me a hug. And it just felt like God was hugging me. The Lord was just telling me that I got you. It's going to be okay. And man, in that moment, I knew that that he was watching me, that there was somebody holding me in here. There was somebody promising me that I know this is tough for you, but I got you. I have people. I'm sending you people so that you don't have to go through this alone. And it was just one of the most beautiful moments I've ever experienced, and I can't fully put it into words. But I just kept watching it, just people rolling in, and it's just the goodness of God just kept showing up. And one of the most beautiful moments I've ever experienced. And it brings me to Isaiah 41:10, and it says, "Don't fear, I am with you. Don't be afraid, I'm your God. I will strengthen you, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand." And in that moment, I felt that. I just felt that verse. I felt that everything that I had been preached, that the Lord is good and he's going to be with you during this time. I physically felt it. I have never in my life heard just God speak to me audibly. I've never heard the voice of God. I've never seen him. I've never experienced something crazy. But in that moment, I just felt I don't even know how to explain it. But I just felt the Lord was giving me a big hug, and that he was just there in that moment. And so I say all that to say, trust God amidst the challenges, that his strength is made perfect in our weakness. And pray. It involves praying. Pray for strength. Praying is not a desperate plea of, trying to get something from God, but it's an acknowledgement that I'm a mess right now and I need you. And I'm trusting you. I'm trusting that you're going to get me through this. And so that's my encouragement to you tonight, is just trust that. And like I said, it's so easier said than done. And you've heard it all before. But actually applying it to your life is the hard part. And so you need guys in your life. You need people in your life to keep on pointing you to that, to keep on making sure that you're applying it. Because you can learn all that you want. I can read the Bible 50 times in my life. I can keep on telling you these verses, but if I'm not doing something in my own life about it, it's useless. So that's my encouragement to you tonight. So I hope that answers some of y'all's questions, and we're going to take this time to sing a little songs. So stay tuned.
Hit us with Mamma Mia.
Okay. I've been cheated by you since I don't know when. So I made up my mind, it must come to an end. Look at me now, will I ever learn? I don't know how, but I suddenly lose control. There's a fire within my soul. Just one look and I can hear a bell ring. One more look and I forget
Whoa, Mamma Mia, here I go again. My mind, how can I resist you? Mamma Mia, does it show again? My mind, just how much I missed you. Yeah, I've been broken hearted, blue since the day we started. Why did I ever let you go, Mamma Mia? Now I really know my mind, I should never let you go. I've been angry and sad about the things that you do. I can't count all the times that I've told you we're through. And when you go, when you slam the door, I think you know that you won't be away too long. You know that I'm not that strong, 'cause just one look and I can hear the bell ring. One more look and I forget everything. Whoa, Mamma Mia, here I go again. My mind, how can I resist you? Mamma Mia, does it show again? My mind, just how much I miss you. Yeah, I've been broken hearted, blue since the day we started. Why did I ever let you go, Mamma Mia? Now I really know my mind, I could never let you go, Mamma Mia. Now I really know my mind, I could never let you go.
Cool. Yeah, I need to work on that one. I'm just starting that today, so give me.
I like that. That was fun.
Yep. What you got,
dude? How much time do we have?
We got 10 minutes.
We got 10 minutes. Yeah. We have time for 2.
Go for it.
Because you were playing, or you were talking during the Ask Me Anything, just about that story with you and your friend.
Dude.
And immediately, I actually don't even remember. I might have played this the last time we played, but I just feel like I got to play this one right now.
Go for it.
Because what you were talking about with just feeling, never hearing the voice of God audibly, you know, but then in that moment, kind of inexplicably feeling God in this way that you can't even put words to. This song of mine, I think you know, it's called Like She Does. I mean, it's about that. And I always joke around, like, whenever I'm teasing the song, I'm like, if you're a Christian, you're going to hate this song until the bridge. But I'll go ahead and, like, give away the, you know, reveal right now. This song is about that. It's like, I was so frustrated with God for, like, a really, really long time because I didn't feel like he spoke to me in the ways that I wanted to be spoken to. I didn't feel like he showed up for me in the ways that I wanted him to. Yeah. And especially in times of pain, in times of hurt and grief. And then I met an amazing girl who you know, and I started to feel like I was being received and spoken to in the ways that I wanted to be. Mm-hmm. And in the middle of that frustration, it even turned into frustration, like, why don't you love me the way that this girl does? Mm-hmm. Like, she's a flawed human being, and I feel like she loves me better than you do. And I had this epiphany moment while writing the song with Emily Ortego, my friend, and you know Emily, mm-hmm. Where I just realized, I was like, oh my gosh, that is you loving me.
Yeah.
Like,
I love this one.
It's you loving me through her, and that's what this song's about. It's called Like She Does. I read your good book, I even took the time to memorize some. I've heard your good news in those church pews at least 100 times, but I never quite felt like I could tell the difference between me loving you, God, and you loving me. Will you tell me that you love me in red letters on a page? She tells me that she loves me with the blue eyes every day. She picks up when I call. She talks back when I talk. She don't care how I dress on a Sunday. She don't give a damn. She takes me as I am. She pulls me in close when I start losing my faith. So I guess that all I'm asking of you, Jesus, is you start loving me a little more like she does. Ain't saying you don't, I know you do, but sometimes I can't feel it. That love that you swear is always there, anytime, anywhere I need it. You say seek and ye shall find, but it's never hard to find her. There ain't no one like you, God. Could you do things a little more like her? She picks up when I call. She talks back when I talk. She don't care how I dress on a Sunday. She don't give a damn. She takes me as I am. She pulls me in close when I start losing my faith. So I guess that all I'm asking of you, Jesus, is you start loving me a little more like she does. A little more like she does. Well, the more I think about it, the more and more it seems maybe you sending her is your way of loving me like she does. 'Cause she picks up when I call. She talks back when I talk. She don't care how I dress on a Sunday. She don't give a damn. She takes me as I am. She pulls me in close when I start losing my faith. I guess sometimes you send angels down to teach us. I can see it all now, Jesus. She loves me like you love me like she does. Like she does. Like she does.
I love that, dude. I love that so much.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Dude, honestly, I don't care if we go over time. I want to share another one.
You want to share enough?
Yeah.
Do it, dude.
It's been something I've been writing for a little bit. If she charges us, she charges us.
Dude.
All right.
This is why you need to support our whatever Patreon.
We'll have a Patreon.
Soft
probably
pitch.
soon.
Yeah. Soft launch.
This one's called Red Letters. It's I'll just let the song speak.
It's time that I was honest with myself. That Bible works much better off the shelf. And it's telling me to read it, that it can bring some healing. Well, sorry, Heaven, but I'm hurting like hell. I lost my mom a couple weeks ago. Thought I could find some healing in these songs, but every verse that I would write had a verse for me at night, like someone else was watching all along. If I'm being honest, this life ain't been nice. The grass isn't greener on the other side. So I medicate, like Pastor said, with that leather book of truth. And when I do, somehow those red letters don't make me feel so blue. It's time for me to get back on my feet. I owe it to myself and family. little chapter every day is the only way to turn the page. So man up, man, and get down on your knees. If I'm being honest, this life ain't been nice. The grass isn't greener on the other side. So I medicate, like Pastor said, with that leather book of truth. And when I do, somehow those red letters don't make me feel so blue. Yeah, I can make some therapist real rich, but there's only one man that's fixing this. So if I'm being honest, this life ain't been nice. The grass isn't greener on the other side. So I medicate, like Jesus said, with that leather book of truth. And when I do, somehow those red letters don't make me feel so blue.
That's it. Red letters.
I'm loving it, dude. You just keep springing these bangers
Just
on
a little
us.
something for the folks
I
at
call them
home.
existential bangers, dude.
Existential bangers, dude.
I live and die by them.
All right, you got another one.
Yeah, we got another one.
We got another one.
We're gonna do this. Let's make sure we're in tune with each other.
Oh, you don't want to do another before that one?
No, let's just go for it.
Let's just do it.
I don't have anything else to say.
Okay.
Not this week. I'm not prepared. Another week. All right. So I will tell a funny story though about this one. I feel like I always, just to like get it out of my system, I always have to cope and just kind of like there's a traumatic story behind this one for me. And it's not actually that serious. It's not that deep, but it's traumatic to my like 15-year-old brain. There's this guy, I love him to death. His name is Rob Sewell. He's a music producer out of Austin. He lived here for a little bit. Ended up like meeting him when I was a kid. I was like 14, 15, and I used to go to the studio in Austin where he was an engineer at, and I would do these acoustic videos for my YouTube channel. And one of them that I was doing was I was covering this song way back in the day. And I was like right in the middle of that like pubescent spell where it was like, you were like, I was almost done, but not quite done, 15, 16. And my voice just wasn't always sure on the falsetto notes. It was like not all the way there all the time. And so this one has this like high falsetto note on every chorus. And I messed up the song like 3, 4, 5 times. We did like 6 takes, and we were on the 6th one. I was on the last chorus, and I went for it on that last note of the very, very last chorus. And my voice I was like, I'm falling to pee, like just that, like straight up the worst voice crack you ever heard in your life. We ended up doing another one right after that. It was fine. But every single day for an entire year, and I'm not exaggerating at all, Rob would email me a voice like loop. He just like looped my voice cracking for like 5 minutes, and he would send me an MP3 of that every day for a year just to humble me because he thought I was too cocky when I was 15.
Oh my god!
And it worked.
That's amazing.
I've never been able to sing this song without worrying about if my voice is gonna crack.
There you go.
So I'm on however many times without it happening, and I'm always just like, if it happens tonight, it happens tonight. Whatever, we're gonna do it. It's Breakeven by the script. We're gonna make a little lyrical change, right?
Sure.
Because it's the Bonfire Podcast. We believe what we believe, right?
You're starting it, right?
Yep. I'm still alive, but I'm barely breathing. Just pray to a God that I do believe in. 'Cause I got time and she got freedom. When the heart breaks, no, it don't break even. Her best days will be some of my worst. She'll find a better man that's gonna put her first. Well, I'm wide awake, she has no trouble sleeping. 'Cause when the heart breaks, no, it don't break even, no. What am I gonna do when the best part of me was always you? What am I supposed to say when I'm all choked up and you're okay? I'm falling to pieces, yeah. I'm falling to pieces. You ready for this verse, Matt?
I got it.
All right.
They say bad things happen for a reason. wise words gonna stop the bleeding. She's moved on while I'm still grieving. Cause when a heart breaks, no, it don't break even.
Taking the chorus from me.
Even. Oh, what am I supposed to do when the best part of me was always you? What am I supposed to say when I'm all choked up and you're okay? I'm falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces.
You got his heart in my heart and none of the pain. You took the suitcase and I took the blame. I'm trying to make sense of what little remains. Oh, cause you left me with no love to my name. Got you right here. Sing it.
I'm still alive, but I'm barely breathing. Just praying to a God that I believe in. Cause I got time, oh, she got freedom. Cause when a heart breaks, no, it don't break even. Oh,
What am I gonna do
when the best part of me was always you?
What am I supposed to say
When I'm all choked up and you're okay, I'm falling to pieces.
Yeah, take it.
I'm falling to pieces.
Again.
I'm falling to pieces.
End right here.
I'm falling to pieces.
You know, honestly, that one was way less dysfunctional than slow
Yeah, that
dancing
was
in a
a little
burning
less
room.
You know,
Progress,
we should probably
ladies
start
and-
practicing before we come
We should
on.
probably, prepare at all. We'll do that eventually.
That's cool. Hey, thanks for watching this episode, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Cool. Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. If you liked that video, I think you'll really like this one right here. Click this one to watch the next video. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next episode.